Childcare logistics, the corporate juggle. So today we're going to be speaking about the real planning and chaos behind drop-offs, pickups, sick days and last minute changes when you're working full time. Don't I know it? So something that I find really challenging as a working mum is all of those things that I've literally just listed. And I think the best strategy to getting it airtight is having a routine. So for me, I have core days that I go into the office. I go into the office twice a week. It's normally a Tuesday and a Wednesday, or a Wednesday and a Thursday, but I try to block them into a block of 4. Then between my husband and I, we make our lives work around that. So we know that if I'm working from home, I'm closer to the school, so if there's an emergency, I'm on call. If I'm working from the office, he needs to be local to the home, so that if there's an emergency, he's on call. And so far, this strategy has served us well, because if there's ever an event that neither of us are local, that's when we wrap in a family member, usually my brother, will come help us do this drop off, pick up, and just be local, because our children are not nursery age, but not exactly in secondary school, so they are still quite young where they need that support. And something that I found very challenging in the earlier stages when they were in nursery was those calls, after they've had 2 loose stools, the rule is they have to go home, then they have to stay home for 48 hours, and that would cripple us. And during that period I worked locally, so I chose to stay locally to where we live. I literally worked a 10-minute drive from the house, which was perfect. Again, I only went into the office twice a week at that time, and I would drop everything and run for my children. I was always clear that I have children. I was always clear that if it's an emergency, I'm the number one parent, because of how local I was at the time. My husband worked in London, and it's just setting that tone with your employer, making it clear that you have children, whilst also not oversharing the details of how you're set up with your children, if that makes sense. And I think if you get the routine airtight and you're very clear on expectations of where you need to be, then it should be fine. I think the one that is really chaotic is when there's that last minute parents' evening, sports day, the show they want you to come and watch in assembly. And for things like that, the way I navigate that is treat them like appointments. I don't take the day off, I don't call in sick, I give notice, I communicate, and I'm clear. And I think I touched on this in the last video, honesty is the best policy, because the only thing that's always going to be true is the truth. If you try to jig it and add a little bit of creativity on top, you will drop the ball. So where you can, just be honest. You have children, they have needs. Normally in a workplace there are people who have children too, so they're doing it, they understand. And I think it's admirable if you're in a senior position or even middle management, and people that are growing in their career can see how you navigate those kind of circumstances. You set a really good example, so remember that you're also leading by example, and don't think you have to deny the facts of being a parent and how hard it is to juggle work and life and a relationship, or even if you're a single parent, how to juggle work, being a single parent, being the main parent, being the only parent. Everything falls on you on the good day and the bad day. So communicate that. And again, don't misinterpret communicating with oversharing. I think there's like a thin line. Communicating is on Tuesday I won't be able to make it into the office because I have an appointment with the children. I'll be out for about an hour, but I'll be back as soon as the appointment's over. That's communicating. Oversharing is, I'm not going to be able to be in on Tuesday because child 1 has an assembly, and I really need to be there because he's playing the trumpet, and last time I missed it. And then child 2 wants to come along as well, so I'm just going to cross over and nip over to her side of the school to grab her so that she can come and watch. And then as soon as all of that's done, I'll be. You get the gist. I was rambling on for a bit there, and my memory was full because of all of the skits on this camera. But anyway, I digress. So for me, the main theme is super organisation, calendars, colour coded. If you have multiple children, a different colour per child. If you have different types of things you want to communicate to your partner or friends, whoever you share your diary with, again, color coding and consistency so that they know that, okay, this means that she's in London or he's in London or he's not available. This means that we need to sort out childcare. This means a club. This means PE. This means parents' evening or a meeting or something where we need to go to the school. And that will really, really help you. Consistency and organisation is chef's kiss. Secondly is routines. I love a routine. My kids love a routine. A routine in the morning, a routine before school, and a routine after school. So I'm not always there after school, but so that there's some sort of sanity and order in the house. They know that when they come back, where they should put their book bag. If there's books from the school library, they shouldn't get mixed up with the books of the house. Where they should put the lunchbox so that we can wash it and make sure it's ready for the next day. And I think if you have multiple children, making them subscribe to a routine makes your life that little bit easier, because you're not doing all of the work. They're helping too, they're taking part, and it gives them a sense of responsibility, and that mental load that you carry, just sprinkle, like share it around a bit. And yeah, so I hope this video was helpful. It's a little bit shorter than usual. I'm in the car commuting to London, going to get my kids. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this series. It's coming to an end soon. I think we've got 2 or 3 more left. But if there's anything that I missed or anything that you want to add or anything else that you want to share, feel free to drop a comment, and yeah, we can communicate in there. And thank you to the person who asked me to use a mic because my sound wasn't too great. Like I said, thank you so much for your feedback, and it was taken on board. I've had it all along, I just wasn't really using it. So why not? But yeah, just to add actually, something else, what's the title of this? Something else that really helps with the childcare logistics and the corporate juggle is a good community. I know that if for whatever reason I was at knife's edge and I really needed support, there's some really good mums that I'm friends with. I have some really great family members that live far and wide, and some that are near, and you know that you can call upon them. So make sure that your kids are comfortable with them, familiar with them, and you always have a plan A through to F. I think just having a plan A is really, really dangerous. Strategically A, B and C, but I like to have one right through to F, and that would really, really help. Yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.